Singapore, officially the Republic of Singapore, is a sovereign city-state and island country in Southeast Asia, located at the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula, bordered by the Strait of Johor to the north and the Singapore Strait to the south, serving as a critical global maritime hub due to its strategic location along major sea routes connecting the Indian Ocean and the South China Sea. Covering a total land area of just over 700 square kilometers, Singapore is one of the world's most densely populated countries, with a population exceeding 5.9 million, comprising a multicultural and multi-ethnic society predominantly made up of Chinese, approximately 75%, Malays, about 13%, Indians, around 9%, and a mix of other ethnic groups, all coexisting under a unique model of multiculturalism and social harmony fostered by carefully crafted government policies. Singapore's history dates back to the 14th century, when it was a small fishing village known as Temasek, later renamed Singapura, meaning lion city, in Sanskrit, by a Sumatran prince who claimed to have seen a lion upon landing on its shores. Although lions were never native to the island, the modern history of Singapore began in 1819 when Sir Stamford Raffles of the British East India Company established a trading post here, recognizing its strategic value, and it subsequently became a vital part of the Straits settlements under British colonial rule. During World War II, Singapore fell to Japanese forces in 1942 in what was considered one of Britain's most significant military defeats, and it remained under Japanese occupation until 1945 when it was reoccupied by British forces. After a period of political unrest and a growing independence movement, Singapore gained self-governance in 1959, joined the Federation of Malaysia in 1963, and, after a brief and tumultuous union, separated to become an independent republic on August 9, 1965. Since then, under the leadership of founding Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew and the People's Action Party (PAP), Singapore transformed rapidly from a resource-poor, developing country into one of the world's most advanced economies, often referred to as one of the four Asian tigers alongside South Korea, Taiwan, and Hong Kong, renowned for its efficient bureaucracy, low corruption, excellent infrastructure, and high standard of living. Its economy is primarily driven by trade, finance, manufacturing, and services, with one of the busiest ports globally and a top-tier financial center ranking among the world's most competitive and innovative economies. Singapore has also successfully diversified its economy to include biotechnology, information technology, and clean energy, investing heavily in research and development to secure a future-proof growth model. The Singaporean government, operating under a unitary parliamentary constitutional republic, maintains a dominant party system with the PAP holding the majority of seats in parliament since independence, and its leadership emphasizes pragmatism, meritocracy, and long-term planning, which have led to consistently high rankings in governance indicators, although the country has also faced criticism for its restrictions on freedom of speech, media, and political opposition. The legal system is based on English common law, and the judiciary is known for its efficiency and integrity, with the Singaporean model often cited globally as an example of good governance and anti-corruption measures. Singapore's urban landscape is a blend of sleek skyscrapers, colonial-era buildings, and lush green spaces, including the iconic Marina Bay Sands, Gardens by the Bay, Sentosa Island, the Singapore Flyer, and Changi Airport, repeatedly ranked as the best in the world, which together reflect the country's vision of being a city in a garden, with strong commitments to environmental sustainability, urban planning, and green technology. Education is another cornerstone of Singapore's development, with its schools and universities regularly ranked among the best worldwide, emphasizing STEM fields, bilingualism, and holistic education, while fostering innovation and critical thinking in its young population. Singapore also promotes strong vocational and technical training through institutions like the Institute of Technical Education (ITE) and polytechnics, ensuring diverse pathways to career success. Its healthcare system, a hybrid of public and private services, is lauded for being highly efficient, technologically advanced, and affordable, supported by the 3M framework, MediSave, MediShield, and MediFund, that provides citizens with access to quality care while maintaining fiscal sustainability. Singapore's multiculturalism is vividly expressed in its cuisine, festivals, and religious diversity, with major religions such as Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and Taoism practiced freely, and traditional ethnic neighborhoods like Chinatown, Little India, and Kampong Glam reflecting the rich cultural mosaic of the nation. National holidays such as Chinese New Year, Hari Raya Puasa, Deepavali, and Vesak Day are widely celebrated, while secular events like the National Day Parade highlight patriotic unity and national pride. Singapore's culinary scene is internationally acclaimed, with hawker centers like Maxwell Food Centre and Lau Pa Sat offering affordable and flavorful dishes such as Hainanese chicken rice, laksa, satay, and chili crab, the last of which is often considered the national dish. In 2020, Singapore's hawker culture was inscribed on the UNESCO representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The country also boasts a vibrant arts and cultural scene with institutions like the Esplanade, theaters on the Bay, National Gallery Singapore, and annual events such as the Singapore Art Week and Singapore International Festival of Arts promoting local and international creative talent. In sports, Singapore has produced world-class athletes in swimming, table tennis, and sailing, and has hosted high-profile events like the Formula One Singapore Grand Prix and the Youth Olympic Games in 2010, further enhancing its global visibility. Despite its small size and lack of natural resources, Singapore plays an outsized role in global diplomacy, international trade, and regional security, being a founding member of ASEAN and an active participant in the United Nations, World Trade Organization, and various free trade agreements. It maintains strong bilateral ties with major powers like the United States, China, India, and its Southeast Asian neighbors, balancing diplomacy with strategic neutrality and global engagement. Security and national defense are critical concerns for Singapore due to its geographic vulnerability and limited population, addressed through the Total Defense Framework and mandatory national service for all male citizens and permanent residents, which has cultivated a sense of national responsibility and resilience. The country's housing model is also globally recognized, with over 80% of the population living in high-quality, affordable public housing developed and managed by the Housing and Development Board (HDB), which has successfully prevented the emergence of slums and ensured social integration through ethnic quotas in neighborhoods. Technologically, Singapore aspires to be a smart nation, investing heavily in artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, urban mobility, and digital governance, with smart lampposts, autonomous vehicles, and AI-powered public services already in place. This forward-looking agenda also includes climate adaptation efforts such as the Singapore Green Plan 2030, aimed at achieving carbon neutrality, reducing waste, and increasing renewable energy usage through initiatives like floating solar farms and green buildings. Singapore's strict laws and policies, such as the ban on chewing gum sales, heavy fines for littering, and corporal punishment for certain offences, contribute to its reputation for cleanliness, orderliness, and low crime rates, though these same policies are sometimes seen as overly paternalistic or authoritarian. The country's immigration and foreign labor policies are also carefully calibrated to sustain economic growth while maintaining social cohesion, as it continues to attract a skilled international workforce alongside low-wage